Okay, today we read the story, The Little Red Hen. And during our Daily 5 time, I called each of you over and asked you to tell me to put yourself in the place of the little red hen. And if you had worked so hard to plant the seeds and grow the wheat and harvest the wheat and grind the wheat to make flour and bake the bread, and you did all that all by yourself, and you asked your friends to help you and they wouldn't help you. If you did that, and then after you started baking the bread and it started smelling so good, your friend said, "I would like a piece." I asked if you would have shared, if you were the little red hen. Would you have been a person to share your bread, or would you have been a person to say, no, I won't share with you right now? So raise your hand if you were a person who said you would share the bread, that you would share. If you said you would share your bread. Put your hands down if you said you would not. Raise your hand if you said you would share the bread. Okay, just a couple of you. And then put your hands down. And then when you were at recess, I baked some bread, made some yummy bread for us, and I brought it in, and I sat it down on the table, and the first thing you said was, "Mrs. Stockler, can I have a piece of your bread?" What did I say?
No.
I didn't say no.
Yeah.
I didn't say yes.
Maybe.
I said maybe. I asked you a question. I said, well, did you help me make it?
No.
And you didn't help me make it. And I said, well, then should I share with you? Because so many of you said that if you were the little red hen, you would not have shared with your friends. Right, Emma? You said that, right, Emma Hansard? Yeah. And I don't blame you really for that. But then when I put you in the place of the other animals, you kind of changed your tune a little bit, didn't you? Do you know what that's called? That's called point of view. If you're looking at something, Jameson, pay attention. If you're looking at something from one person's point of view, you see it one way. And if you change a point of view and look at the same situation, it was the same story, right? From somebody else's point of view, you see it a little differently, don't you? And when you're good readers, when you're reading stories, you sometimes have to look at the story from the character's point of view. So now I'm going to ask you, how many of you now, if I asked you again, if we pretended like all that never happened, and I asked you again, if you were the little red hen, would you share with your friends even if they didn't help you make it? Raise your hand if you would share this time. Raise your hand. Oh, yeah, look, so many more people said, oh, yeah, I'll share. Would you like me to share my bread with you today?
Yes.
Okay, let's all taste the bread. Good job.